Hey everybody, it's Ethan here with Pursuit, and this is my wife Rose. She'll be sitting in for today. So today we had some really cool news. Elon posted a poll on Twitter asking people what they thought about Gigafactory Texas. Now this is right in line with what we would expect for the company about this time. So as you probably know, on Tesla's Q4 earnings call, Elon Musk told the investors that he is still expecting 50% year-over-year annual growth. Now, what this means is that every year the company becomes 50% bigger, which, when you have a smaller company, is really easy to do. If you have 2 employees and you're producing 100 widgets per week, well, all you got to do is hire 2 more people. You have 4 employees and you can produce 200 widgets a week. So 50% growth over a year is not a big deal. Now, when the company becomes a multi-million-dollar company, it gets a little harder. You're producing hundreds of thousands, and you got to go up to, you got to double that into the millions. That can be difficult. Now, Tesla has done this over the past 10 years. In 2008, they were producing 150,000 cars a year, and that was just the one Roadster. The initial Roadster, they produced, I think, 150,000 of them altogether. Well, by 2012, they got the Model S, and each year they have, on average, about a 50% annual growth rate. I think it might be like 55 or 60% annual growth rate, which is amazing. Because you see, right at the start, you see it's a small base, but it can have explosive impact over the company. And so we see this all the way up to the Model Y. This year 2019, they produced 360,000 Teslas in 1 year, where just the year prior they produced just like roughly 150,000. So, like I said, 50% year-over-year annual growth rate. But it gets even more difficult, and people have been wondering how he's going to do this. Because if you know, Tesla currently has 4 operational factories. They got the Fremont factory just outside of San Francisco, where they produce all the Model S's, Model X's, and Model 3s, and they're starting production on the Model Y. They got the Gigafactory, Nevada, where they produce 34 gigawatts per year of batteries, and they're looking to grow that to the 54 gigawatts. They don't really give a timescale of when they're going to do it, but they've said they could do it soon. Then they have the Gigafactory 3, which is a large factory in Buffalo, New York, where that they acquired. They got in the Solar City takeover, where all of their solar panels are produced, and I think some of their Gigapacks, they're like their Tesla power walls and such. Then just this last month, like start of the year, they started producing cars. They started delivering cars produced out of Gigafactory Shanghai over in China. So that's four different factories. So if you're looking at a 50% year-over-year growth rate, you have to either double the amount each factory is producing, which I think every factory but the Fremont factory has the capability of doing. But the Fremont factory is all the cars coming out of it right now. So that's the important one. That and the batteries. Or you have to produce 4 more gigafactories. And so we see that kind of in line. The Shanghai Gigafactory has a lot of room to grow. Currently, we're not counting any of the cars out of there. So that's a step in the right direction. But we need multiple of these gigafactories coming online every year to see year-over-year annual growth rate for the next 5 years alone. So they've announced the Berlin Gigafactory, which, if they can get that online in the next 10 to 18 months, will definitely be a step towards that also. But with him announcing the Gigafactory in Texas, this will be the first time we're actually working on 2 Gigafactories at the same time, like breaking ground on them. I don't think they've officially broke ground in Germany yet, and if they can get Texas, with how Elon does stuff, he doesn't really announce stuff too far in advance of when it actually takes place. He is doing it as a poll, and he's not saying, oh, we're going to do it. So I think he's just trying to generate some interest, hopefully get some politicians to talk to him, see if he can't get a deal. As you might know, Tesla's still not allowed to sell their cars in every state. we just had a huge major step in the right direction where Michigan has had the strictest rules against Tesla, because that is, of course, where GM and Ford are. But in this last month, they have stepped back those regulations against them a little bit, allowing them to service the vehicles there. They just have to sell the vehicles outside the state. But Texas is another one of those states where they can't officially. I'm a little shitty on the rules, but I believe they can't officially sell their vehicles there. They can only lease them and service them in Texas. So it would be hilarious to see a Tesla producing the vehicles inside of Texas, but not be able to deliver them there. But I'm sure if they did get a factory up and going, that they would probably work out those minor issues in advance of that. So it'll be really exciting to see if we can actually lock down a deal, if we can get some Texas to jump on board and maybe give some incentives. When you see a big company like this making huge factory that's going to bring in a lot of revenue and a lot of jobs, and it's just going to be really good for the area that's coming into. Typically, a state will offer tax breaks to help get the company off of the ground. They'll fast track some of the paperwork and the permits, and it'll make everything easier so that the company can start producing and start being profitable out of that facility sooner and faster. So it'll be really awesome to see if the Texans step up and they invite Elon Musk in, and we see this going on. I think we probably have a good deal, a good chance of this. You do see Elon Musk has been able to do the impossible before. He got a factory in Shanghai when no other car company in the history of the world has ever done that. He got one in fully owned by Tesla. There's no partnership or anything with another company in China, and he completely changed the rules in China so that Tesla could sell there. And if you know, SpaceX, Elon's other company, has a facility in Boca Chica, Texas, where they do a lot of their research and development. They're currently building Starship. So I think it'll be it's really possible that Elon Musk could have friends high up in Texas who could fast track this for him and make it all possible. I do think if they'll to make this work, to get those year-over-year and annual growth rates, you are going to have to see not only this one and the Berlin one come online in the next 6 months. In the next year, but I think in the next 6 to 8 months, we're probably going to need to see 1 or 2 more Gigafactories announced. Probably another one in China, Asia area. India is a massive market. But also, I would really hope that he would take this to the continent of Africa. See if he can't. He is from South Africa, so seeing a Gigafactory pop up in South Africa would be amazing. I don't know what the potential market is there. I'm sorely informed about that part of Africa, but it would be amazing. Yep. So you guys let me know what you think in the comments. I would really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe, and have a great day. Thanks.